All right. Welcome everybody to another Live in Freestyle game dev live stream. We do this twice a week so far, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings. And we're kind of here just to answer any kind of questions about game dev. I get to do this every day at work. I currently work at Riot Games in R&D. And this is a chance for us to stumble through some fun stuff together, because even though I get to do this at work every day, there's a lot of cool stuff I don't get to play with. So the way this works is I hang out. If people have questions, I try to help out. If not, we get to watch me stumble through making our own game. And there has been much stumbling so far, and there's going to be a lot more, especially tonight. So mostly we're working on enemy AI at this point. I went back through a lot of the old streams to make sure there weren't any questions that I had missed. And so far, it doesn't look like there are any. So with that, we're probably going to be spending today working on abilities and fireballs and trying to figure out whether or not we should be attacking melee or using fireballs. So let's hop right into that. So to do that, we need some Unreal. Okay. Quick recap of where we are. We're running around in our level. We can shoot. We have our enemies. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff before, but now you can see he actually has a fireball. So we added the ability for him to shoot a fireball. Now, there's a bunch of crazy going on here with the fireball. One of the things is obviously dude can use a fireball way too frequently. So let's just throw in a cooldown on that fireball real quick. Let's see here. We'll just start with the standard cooldown. Cooldown base. So that should give us a 1 second cooldown on this, if I recall. Default chance to apply is 1. Duration is 1. So now when we play, we should get a 1 second cooldown on the fireball. I don't want to play with a melee dude, so I'm just going to shoot that dude. Now the hope is, as we get this ability system up and running, we will start to hit a point where everything is, yeah, that's totally 1,000, 1,000. Okay, cool. That totally works. So anyways, the hope is with this ability system, as you saw how fast it was to apply a cooldown to this, that over time, we will be able to quickly build out a whole bunch of cool abilities and focus more on gameplay stuff as opposed to the structure behind it. But right now, we got to get a bunch of structure done. So right now we're using the cooldown base. So what I want to do is I want to copy this. And what we're going to do is we're going to create one called actually, let's see what this inherits from first. Also, what happened to our tunes? Okay. Cooldown base inherits from gameplay effect. We can inherit from this, that's fine. So let's go back to this and let's create a child. And the child is going to be, let's call this fireball cooldown. I don't like this naming right now, but this is what we're going with. Simply because I haven't decided if we're going to be cooling down spells and abilities based on the slot it's in, the spell itself, your level, or what. And so this may be ending up being something a little more generic. All right. Cooldown base, that's all good. These are our default sets. We have our duration. Let's multiply this. Oh, what does this modifier do? Oh, no, that's not what we want. All right, let's make this a 5 second cooldown. And then what we need to do is we need to update our fireball. Where are you, fireball? To use fireball cooldown. Fireball cooldown. We should probably rename that and remove the base from that. Let's save this. let's go ahead and rename that. I'm just pressing F2 to do the rename really fast, just like in Windows. Okay, that's better. Let's save a bunch of this stuff just in case we crash, because that's never happened before. This one we'll get into in a second. Okay, cool. We should have a fireball now with a 5-second cooldown. I don't want to play with the melee guy. Remember, our enemies are coming in with a random chance to be melee or defend. Or attack or defend. That dude wasn't necessarily melee. Okay, that gives us our 5-second cooldown. Alright, that's great. So we have a fireball, it shoots, it does damage. Now, what I want is I want to choose between the fireball or maybe we create another fireball, like maybe an ice ball. And the same way that we were picking, dude, what are you doing up so late, Jamie? So what I want to do is I want to pick the, let's see here. If I had, let's say I have a fireball and an ice ball. What I want to do is I want to pick the one, just like we did with the guns. I want to pick the one that is strongest, has the most range, etc., etc. So to do that, we need to, much like we did before where we wrote that script for choosing our weapon, we need to write the script for choosing. So this is choose equipped weapon. I want to choose the skill. So there's a lot about the skills. I don't know how they work. So let's just see what we can figure out here. So we're going to choose skill. I'm going to rename this to choose skill. And we're basically just going to rewire this function if we can. Cappuccino and game dev Sundays. Except I don't drink coffee still. So that makes it tough. All right. All right. So we shouldn't need inventory because this doesn't count as, well, you know what? Let's just see this. Let's, maybe it does count as inventory. Let's see what we get. Items. For each one, we're going to get the display name and we're going to print that out just to see like if we can even get the stuff that we need to right here. And then let's print string that. If we can, this will make this a whole lot easier. I'm just going to disconnect everything else, except I do want, nope, I don't even want to do that. Okay, cool. That's going to work. Now, inside of our ability tree, we have our strategize task. I'm glad we can still be friends even though I don't drink coffee. It's the only dessert that's ruined. Well, two things that ruin dessert, alcohol and coffee. All right, so strategize task. We're choosing our equipped weapons here if we're an enemy. I also want to choose our skill. And so let's just rewire this real quick. By the way, to do that, I'm holding the control button while I click so I don't have to hunt for the end connector. All right, so now we're going to choose our weapon, then we're going to choose our skill when we spawn. When we choose our skill, we should print if we have any skills. I didn't see anything print. Did you? Negative. Yeah, so we might have to draw the line alcohol. I'm just saying in dessert. I'm not saying whiskey is bad. I'm just saying in dessert. It's like the things, two things that ruin desserts is coffee and alcohol. In the dessert itself. Like when they try to do that, cook it in stuff. All right, so that did not work. There's a surprise. I'm gonna die and have a heart attack if not surprised. Okay, so let's see if we can get our abilities, our skills some other way. So technically that doesn't count as an inventory. Again, we kind of knew that was going to be the case. Currently, we're in the enemy AI. What can we get about our abilities here? Can we get our ability? component? We can. Get ability level. Get ability. Spelling. Ability. So there's a system component. We can get our active abilities. We can get attributes. Yeah, I think we need to get the actual ability component. Okay, let's get that. Ooh, but we need an actor. All right, so let's get our controlled pawn first. Get the controlled pawn. From that, we'll get the ability component. And then from that, this is where we're going to start digging. And figure out if we can just, first things first, can we even list our abilities? I'm interested to see that. So let's see what we can get from here. In the abilities, we can get, ooh, we can try activate abilities by tag. That's not really what I want. What I want is I want all the abilities. So let's get ability. That's interesting. Get activatable abilities. Sounds promising. Get user ability. All right. Aku07, welcome to the stream. All right, so we got our activatable abilities. Can we print them? Can we even, like, what does this even give us? This gives us ability spec container structure. Can we break that structure? Can we type? Both or no? I do, Aku. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, Aku is in Twitch, so probably the question. So Aku is asking if I work at Riot Games, and I, in my, like I said, like I mentioned in my intro, I'm lucky enough to work there and in specifically in R&D, so I get to do a lot of fun stuff. Okay, so from this, we can't do that. That's not gonna help us. There was a ding. I heard a ding. I'm not sure what it means. That's okay. Find item contains item. Can we make an array out of this? We can. Can we go through all these? Sweet. And what can we do with these? Gameplay ability. Get. That doesn't do anything. Break. Oh, God. Nope. That's not what I want either. This. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so here's the thing. We have an ability spec container structure, but it doesn't seem like we can do anything with it. I'm just curious. Can I break this pen? Usually with a struct you can break it, but apparently not. The mapping doesn't work. Casting, there isn't really anything that's interesting in casting. I can't even get the display name. Variables? Nope. What happens if we just print this? All right, we're gonna disconnect this pen, pop this in here, and let's just print string on this. This is probably not gonna like it. No, you can't even do that. Dagnabbit. Select, huh? I like this plan. Rekshot, welcome back, dude. Good to see you again. Select. Return value. Break. Nope, can't break that. Okay, what is this thing? This is an ability spec container struct. Let's look this up. Ability spec container struct. How the heck do we access this stuff? That was absolutely not useful at all. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see here. Our enemy class defaults. That's not where we're giving our enemy the ability, is it? No, it's not. This is right here. It should be right here on our enemy. You know what? Let's try casting to LS base character BP. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a controlled pawn and we're gonna cast this to ALS base character BP. And then from there, let's get abilities. Get activate abilities, target, nope. Get gameplay abilities. That's cool. And there's also an ability system component. I don't know how that's different. Yeah, that's not different. I don't like that one. So let's go back to this. Get abilities. Get gameplay abilities. Okay, cool. Let's go for each of these. And let's see if we can print these. So when we, wait, hold on, choose skill. This is getting messy. We're gonna have to clean this up. All right, and then for each of these, we're gonna pop through here and let's just print the name. Print string, good old trusty print string. Does the conversion for us, so nice. We don't have to worry about anything else. Let's see what prints. GA Fireball. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's what we needed. Okay, so now what we can do is now we can start trying to be smart. Okay, so what we're looking for is, so now that we have one, we're gonna need to try to get some information on this. Get yeah, that's not gonna help us. Cast. Oh wow, that's totally not useful. It's a gameplay ability class reference. I'm not gonna be able to get any information off this to know. Holy cow. I didn't think this was gonna be this fun. So that's the class. Get the primary asset D, get actor list, get the display name. Cast to, if I cast it, but I don't want to do this. If I cast this to GA skill base class, as the base class, useless, totally useless. How do I find out what abilities I have? Get user ability activation inhibited. Get all assets. So here's the thing. Here's what's going on. This try activate abilities by tag. If we look at the code, let's take a look at this. In our ability system component, over here, we have get active abilities with tags, get default ability level, get the ability system component. Okay. Ability types. Controller base should not have anything to do with. This is just inventory stuff. Let's just double check. Get active abilities with tags. This is in. Yeah, this is in the system component. Interesting. I'm gonna see if I can find something else. All right, gameplay ability system. Okay, there's a doc online that I like to reference. It's in a GitHub. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's a really good doc I'll share with you guys. This one's okay. This isn't the one I was looking for though. GitHub, this is the one. There's so much information on this. I do not know how outdated it is, but I'll paste it in the chat. Giving the character an ability, essentials, overviews, ability tags, gameplay task. And there's so much in here. Okay, what I'm thinking is maybe, can we table this? Hold on, where are we at with this? Maybe this is something that I just kind of research offline and come back to. So right now they're doing the hedge, they're dying, they're shooting fireballs. That's totally working. What would I do if they weren't picking the ability next in their strategy, like in their brain thinking? What will be the skill choosing parameters? Rekshot asks, what will be the skill choosing parameters? Okay, so let's just say we have a skill like melee attack and fireball. Well, I would want to use the fireball. First off, probably the stronger of the two. That's one choice to be made. Another one is range. If the character's not in melee attack range, I'd probably want to use the fireball. Another one might be cooldown, right? If that ability is in cooldown, I can't use it, I probably want to switch to melee, as an example. Those are just 3 quick ones I can think of off the top of my head. So let's just pretend that I'm able to figure out how to get a list of all the abilities that we have available to us. Once I have that, what's the next thing that we're going to be building? Shooting guns, shooting abilities, doing the skills. Man, I think we might start building out some additional logic for flocking, right? Maybe like each enemy has patrol battalion leaders and stuff, and they actually will follow, certain groups as opposed to what's happening right now. Just out of curiosity, wait a minute. Why isn't this dude shooting fireballs? Oh, I see. I was actually outside the window. Just for fun. Let's see what happens if we get 20 dudes shooting fireballs. Alright, so remember the orange... Oh, do they kill each other? Oh, they do. Okay, that's something we need to fix. They're all gonna kill each other. This isn't gonna take very long either. Okay, so remember the color scheme is the warm colors are the melee short range characters, and the cool colors are our range characters, or defending characters, sorry. So let me rephrase that. Warm colors are attacking characters, cool colors are defending characters. Rekshot21 asks, the abilities are class components or just variables in the ability component? The abilities are gameplay abilities that are assigned. So for example, that they inherit from, so like Fireball inherits from a gameplay ability, which is projectile skill base, which inherits from the C++ class for gameplay ability. What are they? Interesting. Yeah, and our HWZ, that's a good question. Gameplay ability. Gameplay ability, let's look at that function real quick. This is make effect container from spec. Play effect container, that's it. That's all that's in there. There's not a lot in there. Ability types. As targets, not useful. Not useful. Thanks for nothing, whoever wrote this. Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, these are container specs. I believe what we need is either a function in this gameplay ability system, I'm sorry, in this ability system component that gets a list of all the abilities. Or we're just gonna have to figure out how to work with the classes. Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain thing where I was trying to read and think at the same time. That's why I skipped a beat. Alright, so get the default level, get the ability system component from actor, that's fine. Get active abilities with tag. You know what? Why don't we just get all the abilities with tag? So this is going to go through the abilities to activate. Get activatable gameplay ability specs by all matching tags. Interesting. And then iterate the list of all the specs. Yep. I think that's almost exactly what we want to do. Should we try that? If we try that, we'll have to write some code. I know that's not always the most exciting, fun thing. But this get active abilities with tag is an actual function that we can call. And we can call that from this ability system component, right? Get ability, get user, wait a second, where does that live? This is in the ability system component. Get active abilities with item slot. Get active abilities with tag. Here it is. Okay, so let's try that. This is gonna kill me if we don't at least try. This won't take very long. So let's try this. This is in the enemy AI. Let's kill out of this. Let's just save everything. We'll pop this up, and all we're gonna do is we're just gonna quickly duplicate this function. Okay. Control C, Control V. And we're just gonna get abilities with tags. Okay, and then this is gonna go through abilities. I don't know about this part of it though. What do we use this for? I think all we need to do, my only concern is that this is going to activate the abilities. So let's just kill this. This is going to return these active abilities. This is going to get, rather than returning active abilities, we're going to return abilities with tag. Abilities with tag. Okay. And then theoretically that's what we want. So we just need to update the .h file, which is Rexshot saying that maybe we could tag and untag them as not in cooldown, for example. Then compared, the problem that I'm having is I can't even get the list of them right now. This is the component. I need the component.h file. Where are you? Okay. Okay. So let's copy this guy. Almost there. And we are going to get abilities with tag. And then this guy is going to be called abilities with tag. Let's just see if that works. Let's just see if it even compiles. Play. Here we go. All right, while that's happening, I can skip ahead a song. Okay. Build has started. This shouldn't take too long, although we did change the .h file. What is everybody working on so late tonight? Either it's late or you all are in different time zones. I know we got one mountain time. What's everybody else's time zone tonight? Holy cow, Rexshot. Are you a night owl or what? 2:48 a.m. there. That means you're east of Eastern time. Where are you, in the middle of the Atlantic? Yeah, I'll bet. Dude, what is this thinking about? Come on, go. Go, go, go. This is why I try not to build too frequently. And actually, as a heads up for anybody who's looking at going to UE5, what is this? Error. There was definitely an error there. What was that error? Nope, I don't want to do that. What was the error? The UE5 build times are crazy. Ah. I have an undefined variable, which is here. Good job, buddy. one of these nights we're gonna have to do a switch over to Unreal 5. I'm trying to figure out if we're going to stream that or we just do that offline. What is this? You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have renamed that variable. I'm not sure why that would make a difference. But let's just see. Oh, you know what? Maybe this inherits and I can't just write a new one. Is that what's happening? Peek at the definition of this. Yeah, that's gonna take way too long. Error cannot man, what is going on with this? Error. None of the three overloads could convert all the argument types. Why not? Get abilities with tag. Let's try this. Maybe we're stomping something we don't realize we're stomping. Okay. Maybe there's a function somewhere that's already called get abilities with tag. And the result of that is that we're overriding it. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. We're gonna cut bait on this. We're gonna do this a different time. Let's rebuild and get back to it. How can we work around this for right now that makes sense? Alright, looks like that's compiling again, which is good. I don't see that. I don't see it anywhere. Let's just get back in Unreal and start working on something else. Get default ability. You know what? All this inherits from the ability system component. Open that. What is in this ability system component? As attribute set. Get all attributes. I know what we can do. It's going to be more stumbling, but we'll figure it out. Get numeric at set replication mode. Get prediction. Can predict. Is owner. Make outgoing spec. Make effect container. Get gameplay effect. Get gameplay effect magnitude, get the current stack, get the active GE debug, get active gameplay effects, These are on a magnitude stuff. Ability end callbacks. That's any matching tags. Get the tag count, update the tag map. Jeez Louise, this is huge. This is all in the ability system component. Holy cow, man. Alright, well, we're back in game. We have our 20 per people. They currently are not spawning with guns, so let's bring back some guns. What am I looking for? I'm looking for enemies. Bring them back. And I believe it was in their enemy blueprint. Nope, it was not. It was in the enemy AI. Can't believe I lied twice. It was in the enemy AI. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up through here. And we're going to add 3 weapons to each of these people. Oh, actually, no, we don't want to do that. Because right now what's going to happen is they're all going to switch to the two-handed pistol and just start shooting the living daylights out of me. Okay, so there's a couple things here. The original intent of this was that we were going to randomly give them an item to choose from. So they didn't all have the same stuff. So this was just us testing. So we can bring this back down into here and we can reconnect our random item. So now everybody's going to get a different item, which is cool. The other thing that we want to do is, if you noticed, the fireball was killing allies. So all the work that we had done to have them not shoot at their allies if their allies were in the way to make them smart, that does not apply to the fireball. So you can see like all the people in the back with rifles aren't shooting me until they can see me, until they have a clear shot, which is actually great, right? It feels a lot better. Like they're not dumb enough to shoot each other. The other interesting thing is, oh, actually all of our attacking champions or heroes died because the fireballs killed them. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Let's watching, double check and make sure. Oh, no. That's not what's happening. Nobody is a melee champ because they're all getting assigned a weapon. That's why. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go... let's say that they have a chance of not adding any inventory at all. So let's get another random integer. Let's say 50-50, shall we? And then if this is true, let's see, if this is true, then we will go ahead and add the weapon. And if it's false, we're just going to go on about our business. All right, now, when we do that, we should now have a 50-50 chance of having some with weapons and some without. Okay, that's much better. Now you can see all of our people without weapons are going to get destroyed by fireballs, because anybody who's shooting a fireball is not paying attention to who's in front of them. Like those people way in the back, those defenders way in the back are shooting those fireballs. So let's go into our, let's see, where did we make that decision? Was that in our strategize? So in our strategize task, what we were doing, we chose our weapon. No, it's in our attack. Enemy abilities. When we choose to attack, that's the melee attack. Shoot gun. The shoot task. We have a shoot task. This is getting our slotted items, weapons, la-di-da-di-da. Friendly fire. So we're getting the actor location, we're getting our distance. We're setting our friendly fire to false. This is where we do our aim forward vector from the source location. We do the sphere trace because remember we want to make it wide enough. Like if we did a line trace, the bullets are wider than a single line. And so what happened was we were hitting things. And then if that's true, then we set friendly fire. So this is the chunk that we want. Okay. And all we need to do is in our fireball, let's add that in. And where is that? Fireball. Gameplay ability. This is in our shoot task. Oh, interesting. Okay, so a couple things. Now we have to get back to my dirty little trick that I did. I did not. What did I do here? Okay, what I did was on the enemies, I'm pretty sure I just swapped out so that they were using, that they had the ability fireball instead of melee. Let's see. Yeah. So they have fireball instead of melee. And as a result of that, what they're doing is inside here, shoot task. Where's our shoot task? This is our shoot task. So inside of our shoot task, we're doing all that checks, whereas this is a melee attack. This is why I don't like calling this melee attack. We may want to just call this use skill in general. Now, I think what we actually want to do is we only want to do this. Friendly fire is true, we're going to finish. If it's false, then we're going to activate it. Here, we're going to activate that. All right, so we need a similar thing. However, we do have an aim forward and aim source location. That's cool. And if we do that, oh, we even have friendly fire. Oh, okay, sweet. So we'll come up through here, and then we'll come back down into, we're gonna come into a Boolean. Okay. And if friendly fire is false, we're going to activate the abilities. If it's true, we are going to finish the execute, and it's going to be false. Pretty sure that's what we did here. No, we finished it as successful. Okay. We'll probably want to revisit that later. At the beginning, let's set our friendly fire to false, just to make sure we're clean. Now, I'm thinking this may not work. Because why? A lot of things don't work when we try them the first time. So let's see here. Let's simplify this a lot. What I want to do is let's go back down to one enemy. And then in my enemy AI, I'm not going to do any of this. I'm just going to go straight through. So enemies aren't going to get weapons. They're just going to have whatever they come default equipped with, which should be a fireball. So when he gets to defend, theoretically, okay. So he's not shooting his fireball. So let's see if we can trace this, which is going to be in our melee attack. Let's put our break in here. Now the interesting thing is we may not have finished the ability properly, and as a result of that, we never came back in. Man, these dudes. I need a defender, please. What are the odds of that? Okay, anyways, comes in. Friendly fire is false. Cast the enemy. Okay. We're getting our slotted weapons. I don't know what those were. What were they? None. 3 nuns. Excellent. We do that. We casted that. Alright, now we're going to spear trace for objects. You know what? We're not doing a debug draw. Let's turn this on for duration. That'll be fine. And then let's go here. And let's play. Let's see where it thinks he's... What? Okay, so my guess is this aim forward vector and aim source are bogus. We're not really setting them anywhere that I can see, so that could be part of the problem. So let's do that. Find references. Where do they get set here? They get set to... Ooh, but we're not gonna have a weapon. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to do this the same way we did the way this inherited. So let's come back to the skill base. And what we did over, where did we do this? We got the, okay, so what we were doing in here, okay. When I first set up the fireball, what was happening was the fireball wasn't working for a couple reasons. One is there were a lot of errors because the fireball doesn't actually come from a weapon. It's just, imagine, you know, Street Fighter, right? It just comes from your hands type thing. And so that was failing. So I had to fix it. So there was a version of it that didn't require a weapon to find its source location, everything like that. And the other thing that was happening was the fireballs were spawning inside the characters. So they were never going anywhere. And so all this stuff does is it gets a spawn point for your fireball. And then with that spawn point, it actually takes it, offsets it in the world. Should be doing it based off of capsule. Yeah, right here. This is where all the offsetting in the world was happening based off the capsule location. Okay, we're not gonna worry about that because I think we can just... I may have to start drinking coffee, Jamie. Alright, so we're gonna get the avatar actor, which, where does that come from? That is something that gets set. Find references. Here we're setting the avatar actor to something. Get avatar actor from actor info. Interesting. Do I have access to that in this melee task? Okay, get actor. Get instigator actor. Nope. That looks complicated. Get actor. We don't want anything complicated, people. Get control. Get player controller. Nope. Get player controller. Nope. Get AI controller. Get on. Get movement base actor. Wait, where are we, man? This isn't a task. Get owner. Get owner component. Get instigator. Get instigator actor. Those are gameplay cues. That's not what we're looking for. Because we're not in a gameplay cue. We're in a task. Dude, this is just a task. Get control. Alright, fine. Let's get the AI controller. Wait, do I have to have a... Nope. Can I get the blackboard? Get owner's blackboard. Get owner. Wow. Get the owner. It seems weird that I have to do this, but okay. Let's cast this to an actor. Wait, is this already an actor? No. Wait. It is. Okay. So, can we do this? No, we cannot. Let's cast this to base. Nope, not Nace. I'm gonna cast this to base. Let's cast this to an ALS base character BP. Should be our enemies. And then from there we should be able to get the capsule. Okay, cool. Ooh. Focal point also comes off of the AI controller. Interesting. Get the AI controller. Oh, well. Focal point. Cool. We can do all this. There's got to be a cleaner way to do this, but that's okay. For now, we'll just come into here, come into there. We're going to set our, we're going to normalize. If this is true, we'll set this. If it's false, we'll just continue in. But I want to know if we're hitting the false though. So let's just throw a hello in there. All right, let's go. Okay. So we're not hitting the false, which is good. Wait, we are hitting the false. How are we hitting that false? Cast to enemy? Maybe this is what we want. Let's see. Here we go. We need a defender, please. It's not a defender, man. Oh well, he'll do it too. When he gets close enough. Get the owner. Enemy AI controller. That's why. So we need to get... So this is an AI controller. Alright, so we need to change our casting here. So let's get... let's cast to... Wait, hold on a second. Can we get the control pawn? Yeah, yeah. Alright, what does enemy AI controller inherit from? AI controller base. So let's cast this to AI controller base. AI controller base, cool. Okay, so now from there, we should be able to get the pawn, get the controlled pawn, and then from there, can we get the capsule component? Nope, you don't like me. Cast this to ALS base character, go back in here, redo all this stuff, delete all this stuff. So that cast should work now. Maybe we won't hit that hello again. But I have an error. Oh, it's not connected. And compile. Much better. Here we go. Oh wow, it's already, dude, we blew through that hour. Okay, it's actually casting it's actually drawing our debug stuff now. Okay, so let's see here. This guy's gonna go all the way over to there. Oh, this is cool. This may be a nice wrap up. It's gonna go all the way over there. And then we should see the trace. Now, the direction is completely wrong. Okay. And why is it completely wrong? All right, so we're not coming there. The AI controller is just this. Is that it? Maybe that's why we were getting our aim forward vector is bogus. All right, this dude needs to get shot. Yep, look at that shot. All right, come on, turn blue. You're not what I want. Dude, I gotta find the code that spawns defender or not. Alright, I'm done with this. Enemy AI, inventory. Oh, that's probably in our spawner. Okay, so our spawner is here. Nope, that's not our spawner. This is our spawner. And let's edit this guy. And inside our spawn pool. Oh, okay. It's actually, oh, that's right. I forgot we did that. So in our spawner, we should have oh, it just spawns an enemy. Okay. Spawns the enemy. Gets all the actors. Enemy class to spawn. Okay, so then our enemies must how do they decide if they're attacking and defending again? Can't remember. It's part of the strategize. So here's our strategize. Comes in. Here we go. This is how it decides. Let's go 1 here. Okay, that's not what we want. So we're gonna go 2 here. So let's go 1. Play. Everybody should be defenders now. Not exactly. 0. What is it? Okay, but our raycasting's working. That's good. What the heck, man? But they have no plan. They have no plan. 0, 1, 2. We haven't tried 2 yet. There we go. Finally. Okay, so the defender's going to go back over to his spot. And then he's going to do his raycast. When he does his raycast, the interesting thing is he might be hitting himself. So let's go back here. We were working in the melee attack. And when we do the raycast, we don't have any actors that we're ignoring. We should definitely ignore ourselves. Get the owner. Get the control pawn. Okay, so let's do this. Actors to ignore. And let's make this an actor. Reference. We'll do this. And let's add. I can't imagine why we would not have unique, but just to be safe, we'll add unique here. And we're only going to do this if this succeeds. We'll come back and clean this up. Right now, I'm just trying to wrap this up so we can wrap up the stream so that we can do things, crazy things like go to sleep, because it's 3:20 in the morning where Wreckshot is, and we need to get this person to sleep. Okay. The heck was I doing? Oh, we were looking in the melee. Okay, so that's all that. Actors to ignore. We're plugging this in. Okay. Compile, save. Here we go. Let's go. All right. It's gonna go back. I want to see a red dot on myself. I think. Yes. See that red square? We'll see one again in 5 seconds. Before that red square was showing up on him. Now, interestingly enough, he's not finishing this ability, which is why we never see it again. All right, so we do the sphere trace. We're casting to enemy. Why is it? Oh, yeah, that's why. And if it fails, we still want to continue. That's what's happening. Okay. And then we get their finishes. Sweet. All right, let's go again. Go back to your defensive corner, please. All right, that's 1, 2. All right, there we go. So now the fireballs are checking to see that should work. Okay, so we can go back here. We can turn off our debug trace, which is cool. So theoretically, this dude should be activating the fireball. Oh, well look, our condition is always true. Let's try this. Should see a fireball now. There we go. 5 seconds later, do we get another fireball? We do. Okay, cool. One last test before we wrap this thing up and we can put everybody to sleep. Let's go 10 enemies. They're all defenders. They're all going to go to the defensive corner. Now, what we're looking for here, though, is only the ones that have clear shots should be shooting once they find their spot. Now, occasionally, one of the enemies might get hit. That does not bug me. But as you can see, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And just to prove that we're not crazy and that this is actually working, what we can do is true or false. We can come in here. And what's going to happen is they're just going to fire non-discriminately, whether or not there's a buddy in the way or not. So they're already shooting each other. Look at how much faster they die. Toast. As soon as they find their positions, they all start shooting each other. Yep, we're gonna lose another one here in a second. So that is totally working. That's cool. Friendly fire, cool. Okay. Sweet. So we did it. We were at least able to make some progress on something tonight, which is always feels good to make some kind of progress. Unfortunately, I need to do some more research on how in the world do we get a list of our current non-item based gameplay abilities that are granted to our character. So what I'll do is I'll do some research on that kind of offline and see if I can't stumble through that, so we're not torturing you all through C++ code writing, things like that. As always, if you have questions, throw them in the chat. Rekshot, Jamie, Aku, everybody who is crazy enough to stay up this late, or depending on the time zone you're in, good morning. Thanks for hopping in tonight. I will hopefully see some of you Wednesday. If not, maybe next Sunday. Have a great week, everybody.